Hey guys, it's Jose from ThelanguageGlot here. I wanted to talk in this video about can you forget a language that you already know? We need to understand a language that you already know in the sense that you are already proficient in this language. I would say if you know a language, you're at least level B2 or C1, somewhere in between. Otherwise, I wouldn't personally consider that I know a language if I'm a lower level than B2, if I'm B1 or less. But this is a really important point because, as for myself, when I learned German, there was a period where I stopped learning altogether, and this was in summer vacation. I spent around 3 months without being exposed to any German media, not revising any vocabulary at all. It was terrible. I forgot so much. It seemed like I started from day zero. It was crazy because it felt like I didn't even learn this language in the first place. Don't make this mistake that I did. Don't spend a really long time without revising the language. If you're studying the language and you don't have much time, dedicate even 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If you're on vacation, go on your phone, go on Duolingo. You probably already watch shows and films, so you can turn those films into German, for example, if you're trying to learn German. And if you're a beginner level, you can put the audio in German and then the subtitles in English. Just hearing the language and being exposed to it really makes a difference. Right now, I would say I'm proficient in German, that I have officially a C1 level that I passed from Goethe, and I don't listen to German that often, but I feel like I don't forget anything. It even surprises me that I haven't talked to anyone in German, or I don't watch anything in German regularly. I don't watch shows or anything, and I can just put on a podcast about a complex topic like law, and I understand pretty much all of it. Like there's very few words that I don't understand. Now, while it is true that the language that you are proficient in, you probably won't forget if you are C1 level, around that. If you spend a really long time without practicing it or hearing it, then for sure you're probably gonna forget it. Like, don't spend more than, I don't wanna give a rough estimate because I can't say for sure, but around 6 months is already too much. And if you do spend a long time without practicing the language or hearing it or anything, then to connect back those dots that are already implanted in your brain, because when you already know a language, these connections in your brain are already there. And it's like when you go to the gym and build muscle, there is a principle in the gym that is called muscle memory. What this principle says basically is that when you take a long break from the gym and you were jacked before, and you start training again after losing pretty much all your muscle, you will gain this muscle back quicker. I don't know if this is true, like what I'm going to say now, but I think because the brain is a muscle, like it's an organ in a way, it works the same way, that things that you forgot but knew before, if you start revising vocabulary, watching any show often, then you will start to connect, to have these neural connections, and your brain will sort of remember these things more easily than if you had to learn from zero. So yeah, if you don't want to forget the language that you are learning currently, I recommend to do the things that you already do, especially complex topics, because you're already proficient in the language. So things that you do in your everyday life, like maybe you watch the news often, you could watch news in your target language instead of your native language. Or if you watch films often, you could do so in your target language as well. Even if you don't have much time, You could do this a couple times a week, and just like this, you won't forget this language that you are learning, that you already learned. But yeah, to sum up, basically, you may forget a language if you haven't advanced enough, if you are less than B2 or C1 level, then if you don't practice, for sure you're going to forget it more easily, especially if you are more in the A1, A2 stage. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like this and improve your language learning with our tips, and see you in the next one.